Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Reiki and a Journey. And thank you for my new subscribers. My name is JJ, and I have a whole team that helps me out. I asked them one time what to call them, and they said tuta, which means teacher, because there's more than one. Sometimes it all comes through with a language that emerged all at once years ago. And when I speak the language, it has a healing property that was confirmed with my spiritual teachers when I used to live in Southern California. So the best way to receive this language is to close your eyes and open your heart, and always ask if this is for your best and highest good. And yeah, we'll go from there. So Reiki started 15 minutes before this live. I always work on a list of people that have had private readings with me. If you would like a private reading, you can. I have a website. You can go to tutaspeaks.com for private sessions. It's $55. It's 60 minutes. There's language, there's energy work. It's pretty much customed to whatever you need. Some people will just come on and ask for Reiki, and some people will go in a different direction. So it's not just the language. Some people don't know what exactly it is that we're going to be working on. So we just talk for a little bit and get comfortable and go from there. All of the journeys are completely different, and as well as the readings that I give or the journeys here, a lot of times I'll forget. I really do love connecting with you and your spiritual team, your people. Sometimes I'll be able to use what gifts that you have. And kind of either help fine tune that a little bit or help you get a little bit of a taste of it. And then you can do what you want with that information. And it's so lovely when I get to like copycat your gifts, your special thing. But then I will forget it usually by the end of the day. So if I don't know something that you're talking about that I already had a conversation with you, don't feel offended. It's just how it works for me. And I do hold you in my heart space, even though I don't remember what we did. So that you can go there for that. I also have a new way of donating. If anybody is able to support financially or want to, you can go to PayPal. You can see that it says hosted button, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So here's the link. And I thank you for already donating. And another way of support is liking and subscribing to this channel and commenting afterwards down below. It really does help the language get out to more people. And yeah, let me see. I'm going to go ahead and I'll leave that up just a little bit. While I say good morning to everybody. No, Susan, it just started. I was a couple minutes late because I poured water and then I started coughing and I noticed my water wasn't near me. So I had to go get some water. So there's a water somewhere in my house, probably in the bathroom. One thing we like to do, this community is very supportive. This community is very, I don't know, I feel like it's very safe. It's one of my favorite communities. And I just invite everybody to put in the comments, or if you're not here for the live, if you're here for the replay, or if you're not in the chat and you're just watching, go ahead and write down what it is you want to like work on. A lot of times it'll seems like the language really works on body aches and pains, But if you want to manifest like more spiritual guidance, or if you have some family members that you're worried about, you can put whatever it is you want to release, whatever you want to bring in, and you can do it as much as you want. Just make a whole long list. There's no limit to what we can do. So yeah, I am going to say hi to everybody while you put that in. Going to remove this. And let me see. I'm a little spacey from the Reiki. Oh. Okay, this is who we have. These are our characters today. We have Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl says, human forms are all earthbound rivers, streams, oceans. Earth is earthbound and should be treated like a person. Beautiful. I love you too, Cheryl. Hello, Richie's Reach. Good morning, Susan. I hope your family is well. I hope you're well. I have Brenda here. Here's Brenda. If you guys are interested in any shamanic journeys with Brenda, there she is. She has her own channel. Please like and subscribe. Oh, and Richie does too. I'll put his up after. Brenda says, good morning, JJ and friends. I'm so happy I got videos of orbs this morning and I put them on my YouTube channel. Oh, cool. And this is Richie's Reach. That's how it's spelled. And you can find his channel. Richie was on my channel too. So if you ever want to see what he and I were up to, you can always look through my list of videos. It's always good to chit chat with Richie. And while we were chit chatting, we had this wonderful person that we were talking to. This is Annie Bear 7 Feathers. She also has a channel. I know a lot of us are already subscribed over there, but Annie Bear is an amazing, just has this way with words. I would call you a poet, but I feel like it's much more than that. And also has phenomenal artwork. And let me go back up again. I'd like to say good morning to Rossi. Good morning, Rossi. And Paisley. And Sal Rods. Hi, Sal. And Fatima always says blessings. Thank you for always saying blessings. I love seeing it. It always brings a big smile to my face. Good morning, Beck. Hi, Randy. Hello, Nana Heather. See, these are the, hi, Maddie Bug. These are the people that make it so fun here. Cheryl has yes, Cheryl, thank you for reminding me. Cheryl's got a YouTube and a website as well. Can you put your website up, Cheryl? Thank you for reminding me. I forgot. So, yeah, put the YouTube. Is the YouTube Cheryl Simpson, or is it something else? Yep, Annie Bear's got some. Annie Bear's got her husband's doing some construction or something, so it's. I bet that's a bit challenging. Okay, so Paisley has some hand issues from years of data entry. Richie's here to be of service. I love to hear that. Annie needs some spiritual earplugs. Sal says releasing shoulder pain and regaining pain-free range of motion. Tight shoulders for Beck. Rosie the dog is hiding under the bed. So we'll send some love. Rossi says, hoping to integrate these new gifts in the most soft and easy way. Great way to say that. Oh, here's Cheryl's. Cheryl's creative earth theme, right? Is that sometimes I have a hard time reading something when it's super close together. um, yeah, I don't know, Richie. I've been back and forth with the membership thing. Susan says, quote from Annie Bear for the wisdom of peace to really begin. Open your hearts. What? For the wisdom of peace to really begin, open your hearts and let the light of love in. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it, Richie. I'll think about it. I have thought about it. Okay. So here we go. Thank you for showing up now. Thank you for showing up later. Let me think here. So I'm not exactly sure what Tuta is going to do today, but I do know since I've had a session, a really powerful session with a client recently, several actually. I can't get this song out of my head. It's been in my head ever since, and it's Take Me Home. It's by Boston. Took me a while to figure out who was singing it. So if anybody wants to listen to Boston, the Take Me Home Tonight. And I listened to the lyrics. I read the lyrics. I listened to the lyrics. And the only part that is important is Take Me Home Tonight. And yeah, you can feel it, right? So anyways, so taking somebody home, if anybody has read what Tuta likes to do, Tuta really does like to bring us back to our beginning. Yeah, Maddie, it's still with me. Tuta really, one of the things that they love to do, which makes sense with Richie helped me kind of understand that a little bit of like what this gift does with the language. And what they really love to do is take people home to their very beginning, like the beginning of you, like, and they call it the seed, like your own seed, the very beginning. And we like to go there, and just be there and see what comes up. And it's kind of like matching our physical selves up with our soul selves is how they've explained it before too. Everything kind of shifts and changes as time goes on. So I think that's what we're going to do. Good morning, Soul Alchemy with Indigo Jaguar. Welcome. Okay. Thank you, Richie. Yeah. Yeah. Maddie Bug gets songs a lot. I do as well. I'm like a little radio. Okay. Okay. Cheryl's creative art theme. Okay. See, I have a hard time reading it. I was like, earth theme. Yes. Yeah, Heather, I love the symbolism of seeds as well. Because there's so many ways to go. Don't get me on seeds because I will be like, yeah, sometimes it needs this, sometimes it needs that, sometimes blah, blah, blah. So anyways, let's just get on with it. So the best way to do this is just relax. Really find and I always like to ask the question, like, how can I make myself more comfortable right here and right now? Like, what needs to shift? If you're sitting, just rock a little bit. If you're laying down, just, same thing. Just kind of move around a little bit and check in with your shoulders. Are your shoulders up here? Are they down here? Just if you're feeling feeling like something could shift so you could be a little bit more comfortable right now, go ahead and do that. Some people do fall asleep, and that's just how it's working on you, or maybe you needed a nap. Just really appreciate that you're here taking time for yourself, because a lot of times I know that I have a hard time taking care of myself. I'm always really good at taking care of other people, but when it comes to taking care of myself, I sometimes I forget. Papa kui mashmawi taui. Pakuni mashewa. Welcome. Pato kumachi matia tana kupashe. Tata nashte tau kiamashewa. So happy to see you. It's like sunshine. Tapako niamashti tayewa. Tata nashti ta, or the when the sun rises. It's like when the sun touches our skin in the morning or in the evening. Pakyama she pawa shemawa. The beautiful rays out there. Kamakushiwa. All individual, but we come together. Patitonoshtita, to shine our light. Maktiotunoshtita, to wake up the birds. Say good morning to the dew on the grass. Maui takushimawa kamatamawa shimawi. And they are showing me like the most fertile grass that's nice and strong and vibrant. And the wind loves it when the wind loves all sorts of things, but when it's right now, it's going through this really strong the growing of the grass. It's like the grass moves just a little, sometimes not at all, but the wind likes the music that it makes, or the feeling that it feels when it goes by something like that, as if it's like playing music. Patui kamawa. It's like when dolphins play in the water. The wind likes to do that with the things that grow here. And there are all sorts of kind of winds. I know sometimes there's that gentle wind and the strong wind, the wind that carries things like that dust, or moves the rain sideways. It likes the rain really does like how it drops on other bodies of water, and the difference between like still water and moving water, and how the ripples. Sometimes the rain is just beautifully enveloped into the stream, and you don't notice anything but a sound. But when it's in the picture behind me, the ripples. It's kind of how rain likes to play and be. And they're saying that we love that too. I know there's some people here who really love colors, and how colors have different feelings, and that color likes to play with us. Some people can see auras or use color in healing, whether it's like one of the clairs, or whether you're an artist. Colors can also be gardening. Nature likes to play. Pakonaku kiamama shema kiawau shema uayeti. And so they're showing us walking, closing our eyes, opening our hearts, and just having this beautiful imagination of walking through this strong grass. Toi, toi, tamashiwa. How does the soil feel underneath? Is it soft? Has it just rained? Tiana shemawi, tawi shewa. Is the ground even or is it bumpy? Kushe mai, tau shewa. And we see a fence, a beautiful fence. Yama kushema tiokyo shewa, ye titama kushemawa. And we walk up to it and we touch the fence. And what does the fence feel like? Is it rough? Is it weathered? How's your fence? Kyoma shewi wa ye tau kai. Mao kyama shewa uki. And the fence looks out on a plain with horses, wild horses. The fence isn't for them. Paitama because on the other side of the fence it's wild and it's free. Pakushe payena tau pai. I wonder in the horse's heart, the wild ones, makushe mawayewa. Is that their home to be wild and free? Pakuna makoshewa. Yanuita. And as we stand on this side of the fence, tiamashewa yewa mao. Do we feel wild and free? And that's where we begin. Patu tina makushewa, relaxing the top of our head. Maui tashe paui, as we bend our head. Tamakushtita in reverence. Makushe paye tamauki. Pashe pamauki. Relaxing the head, the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes. Relaxing our temples where the migraines might be. Relaxing our jaw. Relaxing our jaw. Relaxing our sinuses. Relaxing our smile muscles. Going through our head, whether we're aware of how to do this or not, just asking that everything relaxes in our brain. Breathe in love. Exhale gratitude. Inhale love. Exhale gratitude. And again, relaxing the temples. Relaxing the vision. Thanking all the pieces and parts of this area for all that they do, whether we're aware or unaware of the jobs that they do every second, 24/7. Going to the back of the neck, right below the head. Seeing it relax, seeing the muscles melt, If anybody's having any tension or pain in this area, just asking if the volume could be turned down on the tightness, the tension, and any volume of pain or discomfort. Bringing in oxygen, more oxygen for our brain, our neck, the cool wild wind, the oxygen. Standing in our birthright to be wild, to be free. Tauno kato tanushti takia mao kia. Tietina ko ishe mai wa tuina ma kushe wa ye tita. And looking at the throat, the tapakunita ki atatna shema tia no ishewa kiama shewa. Yanui papano tita yewa anu tita. And like how a horse has a harness in a bite to help it go in this direction or that direction. Well, helping you go in this direction or that direction. Patuto no shita, we also sometimes have a harness as well. From the beginning of our time to right now, kotama koshtita, yetita. Thinking about who tells us what we can and cannot do. Who tells us what we can and cannot do? And that goes into our collarbone, the tops of our shoulders. And here they bring in the ox, patoka moshtita, that has the like that wooden, I think it's called a yoke to help it pull heavy things. Pakuna toka pashtita. Do you have heavy things that you pull? Are you aware of them or unaware of them? And just asking if this is something you want to do is to have our people, your people, my people, our people come in and lift this off our shoulders to remove the harness. Atanako shema tiamako shiwa. And feel this stretch, feel that weight, feel the chafing of this, the irritation of this. And I do feel like our helpers are behind us, and they place, there's two people, they place 2 hands on one shoulder, 2 hands on the other shoulder. And someone really important places their hand on our mid back, just one hand. And as we receive this attention for our best and highest good, they repair the, if you think about it as repairing any damage, from the constriction of this, from the weight of this, from the uncomfortableness of this. Paku, taku, tita mashiwa, being kind of playful. Pati no mabaki shewa. Ma ye tita pau kaiti ta mashti tamaku. And feeling the light tapping on our shoulders, going towards our neck. Just saying hello to this area. Patu tita mau kaiti. right there by the spine. Kuti, kuti, paukaiti. Bringing in the oxygen for the spine. Breathing, taking the weight, the restrictions off of us. Tatu titamaka mashtita pagumako washiwa. Really tapping into our beginning where we were wild and we were free. Pa makuyawa. Pa yetita makushiwa. So many examples in our history of not being wild and free. Certain groups of people not being wild and free. Individuals. Kiamatyutonoshtita. Patutama makushtiwa. Matutama kupa ushimayuwa. Atitamashita. They're just talking about these different groups of people. Sometimes when they're wild and free, they end up in a cage. Tatatanoshita in the prison. Kokatutamakuchimashtita wayiwa. Amatutonoshtita. And we're also individual. Kotanamako ishimatiamako shiwa. Patutonoshtita. And sometimes titonkushtita, either we're unaware or aware of this, that we do this to ourselves. Have we been locked up ourselves in a cage? It's really hard to go home or feel home. And here I'm talking also to the people, I call them the reluctant ones, who are here now, but they don't feel at home. And they don't know how to explain it, but they just don't feel like they want to be here on the earth. It's constricting, it's confining. Missing home. Sometimes we're around people and very lovely people, but we still feel alone. They say that we're not to be used. Sometimes we find our value in how we're useful to others. But what does a wild horse value? Tapako natyama kushtita. Yanutita, just a simple way of thinking about things. Katopan monoshtita matatama kushtita yetita, yetita, yetita. Just looking at the physical body and just seeing if there are things here that might, the things that cause us discomfort, the aches and pains, things with the lungs, things with the heart, things with the digestion, things with our brain. sitting with that and just seeing if there's anything that we can have our helpers remove from us. Patuta kutita tatanoshtita yapakunimamashita yawa yanui kapashtita yewa. And they're tapping us like we're a nut, like a tough nut to crack. Tatita mashtita, they're like, come out of your shell. Tianuka patuta noshtita, so they're tapping us. Matya pashewa yiti tata nashtita washewa ye maye tita 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 tita. Mama ko papashtita ye wanataba ye panoshtita ye katanamashita ye wa. They say that as humans, pakunapa makoti tanoshtita, that we have this panuitita pakunatonoshtita, this opportunity for the tutamo koshtita yewa na tano kopopako shematiamo pawa shewa ye na tano pakushewa, to papa mao kia panutita mashtita, to come out of the shell that we have. The shell was working. Papakunatita, but it's time to open ourselves up and step out of this. Almost as if they're talking about the dimensional shells that we're in. They're cracking us up like we're a nut. Tatitano noshti tayewa, in the wind. Tama kushtita, the wind can come through. Matutonoshti tayewa, and it comes behind us and around us. Tita tita makushtita yewa. Matitono momokushtita yewa, katanashtita. Ye tita mama yewa tiamashtita yewa, and feeling it, the wind on us. Pakotano kapashewa. Sitting with this wind, the new wind, the wind of change. Kaushe, 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 as if we're feeling the takotamakushtita, life in a different way. Pakotitamakushewa, matyawa, paye, paye, tamapa, tamaye. And feeling this kotonomamashita, could we feel ourselves as energy and as frequency, as sound, as color? What does your wild and free sound or color feel like? Can you feel it, see it, smell it, taste it? Just launch an investigation for yourself, coming out of this shell into the new. Papako yama ishema tiama kushe 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 kushe, and bringing whatever it is, whether it's frequency, sound, tato ta, language, tanukamashti tayewa, seeing that going through us as if we're these beautiful string instruments. Feel it coming through and just tuning us up for our own special sound. And just like instruments, some of our strings might be needing a little bit of assistance. So calling in the tuner, your special tuner, kutotonoshita, just ask that person or that thing comes closer to you for your best and highest good, to do a little tune up. And while they do this tune up, just check in with your physical body, those aches and those pains, and just addressing them and saying, thank you for telling me that there's something wrong that I need to pay attention to. Maybe the changes can be little, the changes could be big. Maybe we don't know how to address those things, and just help us find the right people to help us out there with some answers. Again, feeling it in the temples for the people who have pressure in their head. The kind that brings us to our knees. Fine-tuning. Pamamako nama shtita, feeling our eyesight, our vision relaxing, the muscles relaxing, our eyes relaxing, the temples relaxing. And what if we put our hands in the area of our temples, either touching or not touching the skin? Just putting our hands there on either side of our head and just asking, Panuka ya panushti tayewa, to balance this area between our hands. Sometimes we've stored some things that were not pleasant. We've seen some things that were not pleasant, either concerning ourselves or concerning others. If we could just lighten that volume up a little bit in this area of the temples and the eyes, we know that we've experienced this. But the story doesn't need to be so strong. Just turning the volume down a little bit, balancing out this area. Talking to the tension in our head and our necks and our shoulders. Seeing them relax as we get this tune up, as we come out of our shells into the new. Good job relaxing the eyes. Relaxing our third eye, the area in between our eyebrows and a little bit above. Relaxing that, decalcifying that. You know how parrots, birds, they need some help with their beaks. And so we put this, we offer them these things to help them with their beaks. So they come in, the birds, invite them in to go ahead and work on this, the decalcification, takotanoshita, the third eye area. Asking the winged ones to come in and work on our head, taking away anything that might be sharp, anything that's stopping our attunement right now. Picking those things away. If anybody enjoys the smell of tangerine, that's what I'm smelling right now. Pa mama ye tita. Keep your hands on either side of your head or your neck or your jaw, wherever you feel called to bring balance. Pa ye tama pa 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 ye tama ukai tau. Takyamashi tau I tamashe. Working on the ears. the sinuses. Someone's working on their digestion. It feels a little bit sick there. Tako tamako kamashiwa yanui tanoshita. Wherever it is that you want to work on, put your hands on either side of it. And if you can't physically do that comfortably, just imagine it. And play around with being close to that area, to the skin, the problem, or bringing it out a couple layers outside of you and see if that changes. And we can also see the hands of our helpers, whether they're of this earth or if they're from another place. Seeing them coming in and helping us if it's for our best and highest good, adding their hands, adding their skills to this, as if we're in this chamber of like a chamber of delight, they say, of where they're coming in. They're noticing the tension in our head, our neck, and in other systems of our body. They're like, what if we come in and there's a couple ways to tune up. We can do it as like a frequency, a sound, and a color, but they said that they can also use suction. They can use suction to take some of the stuff away as well. So bringing in our spiritual shop vacs and just using that, and our spiritual WD-40 as well, if anything is stuck. Tapakuna, loosen that stuff up. Just loosen it up. Decalcify our bodies, breaking up the tension. Feeling it be drained away, whether the rain is falling and it goes down the drain, whether it's a vacuum, whether it's the winged ones or other animals. Tanu tita makoshiwa, yanu tita makotita makoshiwa. And feeling that tension, you can even push it with your hands out further from you, seeing that tension leave as if it's like a fog or a mist that doesn't let us be who we really want to be. That volume, patutita, pushing those away now, pushing them away now. From our whole body, just work on pushing that away. Tama tutito no no noshti tama kushima, 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 kushima. Yano titama pakutanoshtika. And if there's any resistance, as if there's this tutono no noshti tabakotita, as if it's like tutono noshti tayewano ikapapakyamawa. Something's not letting us do this stretching, this pushing this further away from us. Just give yourself permission and just say, I release this now. I release this. Just asking that these things, the volume gets turned down some, stories get turned down some, the things that affect us, let's turn those down a little bit. It doesn't mean that those things aren't going to be there when we open up our eyes, but let's just practice turning the volume down. And if we can turn the volume down on things, can we turn the volume up on for the ones like myself who have depression and anxiety, finding out what the opposite of those things are and seeing if we we have this like internal equalizer and turning those things up a little bit. because those other things can like be so loud, so in our face. So let's just turn the other stuff up of excitement, of joy, of serenity, of relaxation. Can we turn those up, please? Balancing this out. We're not always going to have a good day. Wild horses don't always have good days. There are so many ways to balance ourselves. And bringing in our home, our seed. Pako no magushtita, just chit-chatting with our inner seed. And what does your inner seed look like? Does it have a color? Does it have like, what does it look like? Almost as if we can talk to our beginning. We can walk around it and look at it and investigate what did this beginning look like for us from the beginning of you. And circling it many times. And bringing this energy of the seed and this like centrifugal force of us going around this seed, seeing us going faster and faster as if we turn into this white light going around the seed. Tanu Tanushita, and what if this seed was below our feet? And if you see it differently, that's okay. Just seeing us going around and around and around the seed, and then all of a sudden, like a rocket, that Tutonoshtita, the seed, Kutanashtita, the energy of the seed, goes through our feet all the way up to us. Tutanoshtayewa, as if it comes up like a geyser. Kunutudonoshtayewa, and sprays out. Kutamako shewa, yanuiti, yanuiti. Papako natushtaye mama kyowa shewa. And seeing us lift our feet up from this puddle that we've made, this reflective puddle all around us, and lifting our feet up. Tapopagunabashtita, looking at the bottom of our feet. Tatokamashtayewa, kanotitonomashtatai. And sensing these ripples, the ripples that come from this puddle, as we put our feet gently back down, or whether we stomp, or whether we dance in this puddle to set the ripples in effect. Yeah, maybe we're jumping up and down in this puddle. Yati ta tama kushe paye tawai. The ripples of us. Paush. And wiggling those toes, wiggling our fingers, opening up our eyes if we want. And just see if you can feel if your helpers are still around. If you can see yourself at that fence and see the wild horses, hear their hooves, hear their whinnies. How far away are the wild horses? Are they coming near because they're curious, or are they going away to have their day? May they have beautiful, strong grass to consume, and feeling the wind in their mane, rolling in the dirt and the dust or the mud, wild and free. And if you would like to just go out there and be with this energy or start your day, you can go ahead and step out of this. Have a great time doing that. If anybody has anything that they would like to share, they can do that as well. I always do appreciate when people leave comments below. I feel like it really helps me. And I feel like it helps other people if they go to the comments and read what you wrote. So sometimes they feel like they're not alone. Yeah. And again, I always want to make sure, because with energy work, there's it's like a co-creation with all sorts of things. And if you have anything that that pops up that is something that you want to talk about, here's my email. I did have somebody, actually a couple of people who, whether they were clients of mine or whether they were here in the community, that sometimes things pop up and you might want to talk to somebody. So again, we have this wonderful community, and I'm sure you have support people around you as well. But if you do need to talk to somebody, I'm right here at tutospeaks@gmail. So you can always reach out. Paisley says, excellent. I was resting my wrist on the points of my amethyst geode piece and it acted as acupressure. Oh, that's cool for the whole journey. When you asked, what does the horse value? I heard resources. Oh, I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps and happiness. Thanks, Paisley. Resources. That could be a whole live stream talking about resources. Oh, it's gonna make me cry a little bit. That is so cool. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, the ripples of us. I'm glad you're feeling good, Beck. It feels a little lighter. I will be honest, I still have tension, but it feels lighter, and it's nice to connect with everybody in the physical and outside of the physical. One thing they always say is we're not alone. And one thing that I really love that they share is that when we step on the earth, it's as if our people, our ancestors, your helpers, it's like whatever path that we do take, we're stepping on their hands, and they're supporting our steps that we take, whatever path that we choose. I don't think they see it as a right or wrong path. It's just the path that you're walking. And yeah, Leah says, my horse said freedom to run. Yeah. Hi, Fogo Pogo. Cheryl says horses are resources and can read people very well. Yeah. I haven't, well, my friend Adele, who helped, my husband and Adele Sands are the ones that helped my language come through in Sedona. And it's called Harmony Ranch, and she has rescue horses and a donkey, two donkeys. And yeah, she does horse therapy as well as energy work. It's got this beautiful property on what would that be? The west side of Sedona. Yeah, really beautiful property. Yeah, just like getting help up on a horse. Yeah. We had a horse. Does anybody here have horses? I know that Carol has horses. I haven't seen her here, but she has horses. And when I was younger, my sister and I, we saved up $75 to buy a horse. And yeah, her name was Tara. And that she was owned by a person going to college, and the horse was lame, and so we bought her for $75 because she just wanted somebody to pay attention and love on her horse. And my dad built a horse barn, and we have really beautiful neighbors growing up. On one side of us, they they had lots of fields, and we helped them with haying as small kids, which was difficult and fun and scratchy and itchy. But our neighbors sold us for $1. We could have the hay, a whole bale, and they also let us keep Tara during the day. We'd walk her up the hill, and they had a fenced in large area that they let us have our horses, or a horse. Yeah, Tara was really cool. Oh, you had an Irish setter named Tara? Yeah. Fogo grew up riding them, but never owned them. Yeah. But we were younger, so we were able to go on short rides because we were light and it didn't hurt the lameness. And we would ride bareback, which is a really fun way to learn how to ride a horse. KK had 5 horses. That's cool. Yeah, I live up on a ridge, and to get through to get up to my house, you go through this little community, and there's horses, there's Highland cattle. Oh my God, Highland cattle are so cool looking. They're like these little, like, you just want to love on them. They're so like beautiful. But yeah, lots of horses here in Idaho. And oh my gosh, the coyotes, before I leave, the coyotes last night were so loud. We've got coyotes that just the whole pitch of them was so loud. And I open up the door and they know I'm coming, so they stop. But oh, I would just love to be outside there when they start, like if they didn't know I was there. But I went outside to like experience it. They did it a little bit, then they stopped. But then there's like 2 owls. I could hear geese down in like the farmer's pond. It was like so cool. I love where I live, and nature is my medicine. So you got to go for a week to Utah and watch wild horses in the desert, Fogo? Nice. Well, that's awesome. So let's go be as wild and free as we can. I hope you guys feel a little bit better. I know I do, but again, there's still tension in my head, but it's better. So um, let me see what is coming up. I have some private sessions this week, and you should be able to find me on. Let me see. On Saturday, we do Kundalini Rising with Terry at Holding Your Space. That is, let me see if I can get the time right. 3 o'clock my time, so that would be 2 o'clock Pacific on Saturdays. And then on Sunday we do Sundays on the sofa for mini reading. So if anybody out there would like a mini reading or experience what it's like if you've never had one, you can come back here Sunday for mini readings. And I think hi Terry, your team won. Terry, your team won. Oh my gosh, it was so exciting. My mom and I were watching it. And I don't normally watch football, but your team won. How happy were you? I feel like my mom and I were almost going to cry. It's like you get to know, like, from both teams. I'm like, we were cheering for both teams, but I know that you were cheering for a certain one. Yeah. You're so exhausted. Yes. I wasn't breathing at some points. I'm like, and then I'm like, relax, JJ, relax. It's gonna happen. You're not one of the teammates. You don't. And I'm like, my belly was making noises. I'm like, oh my God, do they have to take a lot of antacids? Like the coaches. Oh God, so much work went into that. But yeah, congratulations, Terry. But I do believe we might the light language with Gerald at Tarot Stash and Karen on Starseed Awakening 11:11. Those happen on Sunday evening. So if you like and subscribe, hit the notifications for all, then you will be able to see when those come up. And that's what I have coming this week. I hope you guys have the best week ever, and good sleep, lots of good nutrition for your body, and water. Bye, everybody.